Hey everyone, so today I decided to come on Pinterest and answer a few questions. They're called shadow work exercises, and I would like to take the time to answer them, especially it's the new year. It's currently 4th January, it's 2:30 in 1 minute in the morning because I just felt like it. Anyways, so let's get started. What are you insecure about and why? The first thing would be my nose, because it's not like, the sharp nose, the Eurocentric features, and growing up, I've always thought that I would look better with a sharper nose and a sharper jawline, like no double chin, and yeah, my face has changed in a way. Like, I used to be so much thinner and my under eyes were more obvious, if you guys have seen me grow up. But yeah, other than that, what else am I insecure about? I don't have a flat stomach, but that's something I could work towards. What else? My posture, I would say, and the way I talk. Like, I feel like I could be more assertive, and I'm not an assertive person sometimes. I know some people think I am, some people think that I am, but not in all situations. Like, if you ask this friend of mine, they would probably not agree. They would probably be like, you're a people pleaser. But there's maybe this person that knows me, that knows that I am not like that. Like, I would really vocalize my thoughts. Yeah, it really depends. Different stories, different point of views, I would say. But that's something I think I need to be more secure about, because I should trust that I know what I'm saying, and if I'm saying it, I'm not saying it out of spite, and I'm saying it out of goodwill and out of pure understanding of the current situation and what is available to me in my head and my understanding. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, next question is, how can I respect myself more? How did I just talk like that and it's already 2 minutes? Anyways, how can I respect myself more? When I say something, I'm gonna do it. Let's say I'm going to run for 30 minutes. I better make sure I go for that run. Second thing, how can I respect myself more? If, like, certain things that I committed to, like work, I'll never be late for them. That's one really good way. Whatever it is, when it comes to commitments, make sure never to be late, because it is a work ethic. It is the baseline of how much you respect yourself and others' time. Wow, coming from me is crazy. Okay, I don't want to judge myself that too, because I've done it. It's just not consistent enough to where I like it to be, so that I can respect myself more. So maybe, hey, this is another way to, make me more of a better person this year. So next is, how do I react to compliments and praise? I've learned over the years how to be more receptive of them, but there are certain things that I still do not know how to accept, or something like that. But that's fine, we get to learn. And, I just say thank you, but I want to be more receptive in a way where there's gratitude, not just thank you, like, not just to say, oh, it's all you. I don't want to just say it to make the other person feel good because they complimented me, but more so to really appreciate the person for what they took out of their time and day to tell me. So that's pretty cool. What is my best quality? It's probably I do not know. We're gonna find out this year, like, what's my best quality, because at this point I don't think I have a best quality. What is my worst quality? I think my worst quality is that I do not have the focus. I need more focus. I need to become less. I should stop jumping around. Remember what I came out to do today. And like, let's say if my goal is in the next 3 months is to reach like a flat belly or whatever, I should take the steps to do that and not, focus so much on what I should be buying. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it has to align with the goals in mind. If not, I'm super messy. It doesn't get done. Next, what makes me feel happy? What makes me feel happy is when I do something that I've what do you call this? When I do something and there's conviction in what I do, because it aligns with my values, morals, and principles. So, yeah. And when I spend time with my family, and yeah, my friends as well, but I realize I'm more at peace when I'm with my family as well. So what are you passionate about? Probably talking about things that people do not like to talk about, because I myself find myself in situations where I wish I knew how to talk about certain things and I do not know how to. I think the only way to do that is to have this kind of sessions with yourself, whereby you talk to yourself with whatever you want to say. You talk about them, and be it with audience or not, you understand what you're talking about because you know the nuance and the concept and whatever is going on in your head. Not necessarily all the time though. Like, let's say if you watch this like 3 months down the line, you're like, well, what the heck is she talking about? But now you get what you're saying. So sorry, you like lay down your thoughts, and then you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense, and stuff like that. Like, maybe you'll forget about this, and just because you kind of took down your thoughts through a video, you captured it, and now you can look back at it and remind yourself in a way. So what are you jealous of? People who's able to stand up for what they know is right. I mean, it's not like we don't stand up for what we know is right, you know what I mean? It's like more so be able to express themselves really unapologetically, and not in a rude way, but more so in a, this is what I think. So if you say that, it's fine. I'm just saying it as it is, as what I think it is, and be able to exchange ideas without having to step on the other person as well. And yeah, agree to disagree type of thing. So does that make sense? Okay. What do you need to let go of? I think the idea of being perfect is I'm most definitely not. Let go of certain things that I wished happened in my life and it didn't for me. And maybe because there's other things that is bound to happen for me, but because I keep looking coming from a place of lack, and it doesn't happen for me. Or better, because I couldn't be grateful for whatever else that has happened for me. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, what is holding you back from leaving your dream? So it's probably me being courageous, more convicted in what I want to do, what I want to set out to do, what makes me happy, what triggers me, what angers me, what annoys me. Like, I want to be able to express that without having to project it to people. I just want to be able to convey that, to tell you that, without having to bruise anyone else's egos, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me tell you this annoys me, but if you didn't do it on purpose, it's fine. I'm just telling you how it was for me for a moment in time. You don't have to do anything about it. It's just a discussion of, my thoughts and stuff. But not everyone's ready for that conversation, you know what I'm saying? And it might rub people off the wrong way, especially if they do not align with you in a sense, because it might be offensive. And here's not to invalidating anyone as well. So it's pretty funny because whatever you say might invalidate someone, and we're not gonna have a conversation on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to say everything is invalidating you, because at some point, one way or another, it would. It would invalidate you. And it's up to you to kind of validate yourself in a way too. So, yeah, of course, there will be times where it's really pressing that this person is really not helping at all. So maybe take a step back from the situation and the conversation, or like tell them to circle back because, they're not seeing eye to eye anymore or whatever. So, yeah. What emotions do I try to hide? I think me being upset about something, like, I feel like I really show it, but I don't like to show it, you know what I mean? Like, maybe that's the reason why I try to show it. It's not really that I'm upset, it's just me trying to prove myself that I can be upset. Does that make sense? But yeah. Do I set enough personal boundaries? I would say no to this, because my mom tells me I just go with whatever someone says, and it's not necessarily I just do whatever they want, because if I can, I'll do it, if it doesn't like really has a pressing like thing on my morals or whatever, it's just fine. Like, it's not a big of a deal. Like, let's do it, let's go, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like, I should really set out here to think for myself a little bit more. Like, hey, Yuri's or Myrene, whichever you know me as, like, you're not supposed to do that because you need more rest. You've already done this the other day. You've already given to this person. You need to give to yourself. You need to eat this. You need to stop eating this. You need to drink more of this. You need to stop drinking this. Not because you can't or like you're restricting yourself, but you've already learned in yourself, in your experiences, that this is not helping you in the long run, and it's bound to make you feel worse, and it's also not being in line with what you want for yourself, which is to be healthier, which is to be stronger, be more courageous. Like, if you can't even be courageous with what your personal needs are, you're not clear on that, when will you ever give yourself the thing you said you want? And there are certain things that you can give yourself without having to depend on other people, and they might give it to you, they might not, but at least you gave it to yourself first. And no one can take it away from you because you yourself decided that you're making yourself happy. And I saw that quote from like Selena Gomez post, and I really love that. I really do. So what's my definition of success? Is to set out my personal boundaries and stick to them. Because as far as I'm concerned, certain things I know certain things helps me and certain things doesn't, and I lean to not helping me sometimes myself. Like, I'd rather help someone else's because it's easier for me to help someone else, but in the long run, it should, if I pour from an empty cup, it's not really gonna help both of us now, is it? So, can you trust yourself? I think I could in a sense, but I think if I set out stronger goals, boundaries, not stronger goals, stronger boundaries with myself, and like stick to them, stick to my goals, stick to what I want, because I know deep down why I want these things, and it doesn't have to make sense to others. And sometimes I feel small. I feel like I have to shrink myself, bend over backwards, just to make sure I'm being a good friend to this person, being a good, but am I being a good friend to myself? Am I being a good, if I'm a good friend to myself, I know how to not invalidate other people's feelings, because I totally understand why I not do certain things and do certain things. And there will be, it's contextual basis. I can't always be taking, I can't always be giving it to myself. There will be times I have to put someone else first as well. But if that's the opposite case as well, it's not beneficial for me in the long run. I'm not thinking of myself. And that in itself is also self-deprecating. It's not growing anybody. It's teaching myself to self-sabotage and be leaning towards what other people expect of me than what I expect of myself. Oh my gosh, what a light bulb moment. So with that, I end my video because I love that realization and coming to that conclusion in this video. And thank you so much for watching and listening, if you did listen all the way till here. And I hope I make more of these videos to sit down and chit chat with whoever is listening with me. And feel free to have a conversation, whatever questions you have. I don't think you have a question, more of like you want to add on to what I said. Feel free to. Have a great year ahead, you guys.